Hey guys, I now have the AS33ME for over 1 year, and what is my experience so far? How good is the glider compared to, let's say, the Ventus 3 and the JS3 at the World Championships and so on? We will dive deeper into all the details now. And today I'm here at the Dutch Sailplane Grand Prix. It's a qualifying Grand Prix. It is organized really well, so make sure to follow this event for the last days as well. Let's start here with the cockpit. As I already mentioned, I really love the ergonomics of this cockpit here. It just feels it is made for me. I can sit there for so many hours, for 10 hours plus, absolutely no problem. I really enjoy also the space here on the side with the side pockets and so on, especially the luggage compartment, which is huge for such a glider. I can fit in there the charger as well. It is a little bit big for the luggage compartment, but it fits in there. Of course, later on it would be so nice to have a smaller travel charger which has less power output but also uses less space in here. So that's something I would really enjoy a lot. Then for the avionics, you see I disassembled here the alexander-schleicher S10 at the moment because it's a little bit of a weight problem here, which is one thing which is perhaps a downside of the glider. It's not perfect for the current Grand Prix rules. On the other hand, I really love that this glider is a little bit heavier, so I don't need to put water ballast in there all the time. So if it's an average thermal day, I can just rig the glider, start on my own, but I already have a little bit more of wing loading. So if I'm sitting here in this glider with a parachute and so on, I have a wing loading of about 51, so 510 kilograms. That's really okay. I never had the problem that the thermals were so weak that I wanted to have less wing loading. But of course, I flew the Worlds in Uvalde in Texas last year. I only flew, let's say, 80 hours, 90 hours in Germany at average conditions. So yeah, let's see for the competitions here in Europe if that's really a problem. But I would say it is fine for the normal cross-country flight. It's no problem. Only for the Grand Prix, it's a little bit of a trade-off, and yeah, I needed to lose some weight to participate here with the 50 kilograms per square meter limit at the Dutch Sailplane Grand Prix. Let's have a look here at the wings. The wings are so nice, the shape is so nice, and I also think with this nice paint job here on the winglet, it doesn't look too straight up anymore. So I can highly recommend to get some nice paint scheme on here, which makes it more beautiful. And I really got used to it. At the beginning, I didn't like the shape too much because it's too much straight up, and you're more used to the, let's say, Ventus 3 winglets, which are more to the rear side. Yeah. But one big advantage here at the AS33 compared to the JS3, for example, and also compared to the AS229 is that this profile here is so good to climb with heavy wing loading. That's, I would say, the biggest advantage over the AS229. The AS33 feels like a less heavy glider when you're thermaling with the maximum wing loading with 600 kilograms. So that's really great. It doesn't feel like it's a heavy glider. It doesn't take a long time to get used to it. You just fly, you thermal with a heavy glider, and then when you fly straight, you feel the advantage compared to the AS229. And compared to the JS3, for example, which has nearly the same wing area at the Worlds, I felt like it is better to climb with the AS33. It climbs a little bit better, I can go steeper and so on. So there's an advantage, and I have absolutely no disadvantage in the straight flight. So that's really good. And like in Uvalde, we had really strong conditions. Therefore, the wing area and the wing loading is definitely a point. So I would say the Ventus 3 was not the best choice there at these awesome conditions. Of course, it can be a different story here in Europe if you have average days, if you also have bugs on the wing and so on. So I'm super happy with the 33. Also the propulsion system works really well. I had some smaller issues also here, but that's something which can be fixed and which is not a general big problem. So that's absolutely fine, and the range of the motor system is also very good for me. It's about 2,500, 2,600 meters which I can climb, and yeah, that's more than enough for normal flight, and yeah, also for the travel by glider trips. Yeah, what else is important for you? We have the performance differences between the gliders. I'm super happy. I would say it's a really, I'm super happy. It's the best choice I made for my type of flying, for high-level competition flying, but also for the travel by glider and adventure flying, because I have here the space for the luggage in the cockpit. I have enough room in the cockpit. It's ergonomic. Okay, then to the batteries in the wing. Is charging a problem? I would say charging was not the best in Uvalde because they didn't give me a possibility to charge on the cable. And I bought a 2-stroke generator, which was really horrible and not efficient at all. It somehow worked out, but of course that's absolutely not what you want to have. Therefore, batteries which you can get out are better. But the long-term solution is to get some solar panels on top of the trailer and put a 4 kilowatt-hour backup battery or power bank in the trailer, so I can charge with solar power during day and then charge the glider at night. And therefore, I think a 4 kilowatt-hour battery pack would be perfect for the normal use case where you just make a self-launch to, let's say, 500 or up to 1,000 meters. Therefore, this system would be the best. At the moment, I'm charging here out of my camper van where I have a 7 kilowatt-hour battery in there, and that also works fine. It's about 1 hour, 1.5 hours to charge after flight. So the first thing I do is plug in the cable to charge the glider. Afterwards, I wash the glider, put on the covers and so on, and then perhaps I need to wait a little bit more, 15 minutes or so, and then it's charged, which works really flawlessly, really great. So these solutions to charge from a battery system, the glider is the best, I would say. Okay, and then let's come to my wish list. One thing which I would really like, and I already mentioned it, is a smaller charger for the travel by glider trips. Therefore, it would be so cool to save some space, to save some weight, and you don't need to have a 3 kilowatt charger. It's, let's say, 1.5 kilowatts is completely enough for this. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is a steerable and retractable tail wheel. The 35 should have one, and that would be really a big wish list for the travel by glider trips, also for the 33, to have a steerable and retractable tail wheel. Because taxiing on a taxiway, for example, without a steerable wheel is really not really possible. So that would be awesome if Schleicher can do such an upgrade for the future at some point. I hope I covered all your questions. If not, ask them in the comments below. I will answer them. And now I will need to push back the glider. The others are doing it right now already. So I'm on the line now. And then it's time for the 4th race here at the Dutch Sailplane Grand Prix. Follow the last competition days on the live tracking, and also have a look at the FAI Sailplane Grand Prix YouTube page. They made here really amazing videos of this competition as well. So check them out, and then I hope to see you next time. Cheers, guys.